When you buy the slap chop, we're gonna give you the gravy for cheese, tacos, fettuccine, linguine, martini, bikini.
Food gadgets are the perfect holiday gifts for your friends you know nothing about, which is probably why they're so popular. But for every genuinely useful countertop tool, like your toasters or food processors, there are at least a dozen that are just plain weird. So, today we're unwrapping some of the weirdest food gadget gift ideas we could find. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel. After that, please leave a comment and let us know what other revolutionary kitchen appliances you would like to hear about. Okay, act now. On this video, our operators are standing by. It's a situation we've all been in. You're dressed to the nines and you just hopped out of your limousine and into the fanciest ball in town. But you can't shake hands with people as you arrive because your hands are full with the gigantic box of wine you brought. Luckily, the good people at Franzia, the first name in box wines for over 70 years, decided that a classy problem deserved an equally classy solution: the Franzia Box Wine Backpack. Yes, your friends will marvel at your sophisticated sensibilities when you show up to mingle wearing this gigantic backpack filled with Cabernet Sauvignon. Or perhaps might contain several VCRs. And just to make sure no one is confused about your intentions, the backpack has a giant Franzia box printed right on it. Tastes like classy. But that's not all. This baby isn't just some elegant accessory you throw on to make the neighbors jealous of your chic lifestyle. No. This backpack actually dispenses wine from a box, which a conveniently placed pour spout has right on the side. You'll be the belle of the ball when everyone lines up behind you at the opera like some kind of tipsy Pied Piper. Eating Cheetos is a bit like petting a shark. Even though we know it will end up causing heartbreaking damage, we just can't help ourselves. The damage in question is, of course, Cheeto dust. That notorious orange powder that gives Cheetos their flavor, and which also apparently can be used to insulate attics. Cheeto dust gets everywhere, ruining furniture, smartphones, keyboards, game controllers, girlfriends, and anything else you can lay your sticky orange fingers on. That's why you need finger chopsticks, also known as Cheetos chopsticks. Indeed, we all need them. According to the product instructions, you simply slide these bad boys on like a snacky Freddy Krueger, and you're ready to chow down on some cheese snacks free from the tyranny of their delicious heart-damaging dust. Lightweight, easy to wash, and infinitely reusable, the ergonomic design lets you wear them for long periods of time without becoming uncomfortable or affecting the use of your fingers. Best of all, for all those working on a budget, you can get Cheetos chopsticks in a pack of 4 on Amazon for just over $6. Americans love their hot dogs so much, really, it should be on our flag. In fact, according to the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, an authority we assume is headed up by a man in a hot dog suit, Americans consume 20 billion hot dogs a year. That figure works out to be an average of 70 annual hot dogs per person. But for some of us, hot dogs just aren't the same unless they're cooked 2 at a time in a weird-looking toaster. Luckily, the Nostalgia 2-slot hot dog and bun toaster is the perfect gift for all those hot dog lovers on your list. It's basically a toaster with specialized slots for your hot dogs and your buns. The company boasts its products are drawn from designs inspired by early 20th century America, so we're assuming Nikola Tesla might have drawn a picture of it once. The 2-slot hot dog and bun toaster comes in an assortment of eye-catching colors, and to be perfectly honest, it looks pretty stylish, in a retro way. It works equally well with other types of sausage, like chicken or turkey, as well as your veggie links. And it comes with special hot dog cages and tongs so you don't burn your fingers or your tongue trying to claw your lunch out. Is there anything more frustrating in life than squeezing a ketchup packet onto your burger, fries, or latte and knowing that there was a tiny bit more left in there? That you could have enjoyed it? If only someone would have developed the tool to access it. Well, your friends or family will never have to suffer that existential angst again after you surprise them with the Hines ketchup packet roller. This handy-dandy gadget has a space that you can feed the ketchup packet through that is narrow enough to ensure that every last ketchup molecule makes it out of the packet and onto your McDonald's tray.
My God, they've done it! They've invented fingers!
Plus, it has a safety cutter, so struggling to open those packets will be a thing of the past. And if that's not enough, it has a convenient metal ring that allows it to be carried on your keychain, so you'll never find yourself in a ketchup emergency without your packet roller. We are living in the future. When something is incredibly easy, we often describe it as being like a hot knife through butter. That's because cutting butter is one of the least challenging things you can do. You can almost cut butter with your mind, but just because something is easy doesn't mean it shouldn't be even easier. If you like to move as little as possible, you need the OneClick Stick Butter Cutter. Your heart will flutter at every word we utter about the butter cutter. You just load a stick into it, press down on a big yellow button until it clicks, and that's it. The click pushes the butter across a stainless steel blade, creating the perfect pad of butter every time and taking most of the hard labor out of eating an English muffin. It's dishwasher safe and you can store it in the fridge right next to your butter. It's not only convenient, but it's a stark reminder to that wily butter who the hell is in charge. Every single one of us has dreamed about grilling out and also being the bear from the movie The Revenant. Thankfully, the makers of Bear Paws meat shredder claws incepted their ways into our minds to make those dreams an alarming reality. These bad boys are the perfect gift for everyone who has an appreciation for home defense tools that can also be used in the kitchen. According to the sales pitch, the Bear Paws meat shredder claws allow you to lift, handle, shred, pull, and carve to your heart's content. It's basically a meat berserker tool designed to let you take out your aggression on pork, chicken, and/or beef, instead of that goof Jerry at the office. These claws may seem strange, but the truth is, these bear paws are actually pretty popular, and they're also named Best Barbecue Tool by the National Barbecue Association. They come in 4 colors and are dishwasher safe, and at the end of the day, there's no better gift for that special someone who wants to maul Leonardo DiCaprio. Communion is a Christian rite that involves symbolically eating a wafer and drinking a small amount of wine, or grape juice if your church sucks. But pouring wine and/or juice into a cup is a highly involved, labor-intensive operation. Thankfully, the people at Broadman Church Supplies offer pre-filled communion cups that come with a little wafer in them. You just pull back a layer to expose the wafer, then pull back a second layer to open a juice cup. Sort of like Christ's Lunchables. And while the new spin on communion may feel a little strange, the marketing materials reassure us that, though the pre-filled cup is fairly new, the fellowship cup contains the very elements that have been used to celebrate communion for centuries. It doesn't have to be refrigerated, lasts for a year past its manufacturing date, and was sized so the cups fit perfectly on communion trays. Who says miracles don't happen every day? Americans have a reputation for being lazy, partially because of inventions like the motorized ice cream cone. Now, you may be wondering which feature of an ice cream cone could possibly be motorized. And the answer is the cone itself. You see, a person can only lick one side of an ice cream cone at a time. Meanwhile, the unattended side will slowly melt, which is a tragic waste of ice cream. The motorized ice cream cone automatically rotates the ice cream scoop so that all the sides get licked evenly. Before this revolutionary invention, dessert lovers were forced to slightly rotate the wrist if they wanted to reach the back of the cone. Of course, the motorized ice cream cone takes 2 AA batteries, so it probably won't taste as good as the classic waffle cone. Eggs are something of a miracle food. They're rich in antioxidants, lutein, and zeaxanthin, which help protect you from harmful sunlight while reducing the risk of several eye-related diseases like macular degeneration and cataracts. They also contain vitamins, minerals, and high-quality proteins. But sadly for the world, they're not cube-shaped, which is a deal-breaker for any fan of dimensions. If there's someone in your life who could stand to improve their diet with nutritious eggs, but refuses to eat anything that doesn't remind them of the Borg from Star Trek, we recommend the Egg Cuber. Yes, it does exactly what it says. You just put a warm, freshly peeled, hard-boiled egg into the cuber with its base flat at the bottom, then screw in the plate on top, and bada boom, bada bing. You've got yourself a square egg. It's the perfect gift for anyone who wants to begin their day with a game of egg Tetris. Even the Snap, Crackle, and poppiest of cereals will eventually become soggy in milk. And you don't want to be one of those oddballs who eats Raisin Bran dry, do you? Thanks to the makers of the original Never Soggy cereal bowl, you don't have to. The Never Soggy cereal bowl has 2 separate chambers in it to keep the milk and the cereal separate like contestants on a dating show. Then you just scoop up a spoonful of cereal and dip it in the milk, ensuring every bite of Cookie Crisp is as crunchy as if you just poured it straight from the box. Now, in fairness, the Never Soggy cereal bowl is just 2 bowls glued together, so you could probably recreate the same system with what you have at home. But the Never Soggy cereal bowl takes up less space in bed and works equally well with milk and cookies or chips and dip. Listen, you're gonna have to buy your stoner cousin something for the holidays this year. It might as well be this. So what do you think? Which one of these weird holiday food gadgets would you actually like to own? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, check out some of these other weird history food videos.